Welcome back to the Hot 7 Nightly News. Castries Mayor Peterson Francis has given his full support to establishments implementing dress codes, including the Castries City Council, where his office is situated. He says while there are minor exceptions, the island must be kept at a certain standard that exudes classiness. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
What is the one thing that the Office of the Prime Minister, the Office of the Mayor, the courthouses, the Passport Office, and even the church have in common? A strict dress code which has set tongues wagging and eyebrows raising. If you go to the named establishments and a few others, you will find dress codes stating the following or similar: bandanas, durags, sleeveless tops, halter tops, spaghetti straps, tank tops, cropped or open back tops that expose one's bare back or midriff, outrageously short shorts, skirts or dresses, t-shirts with offensive words, and visible underwear are not allowed. On Thursday, however, Castries Mayor Peterson Francis, whose office is one carrying the code, said he agrees with the notion and will ensure that it is implemented and then some.
What we must understand is that, there is some element of civility and how we behave. Even our clothes, our parents says something about you, okay? Something I'm concerned about. Are you saying that it is all right for when you see these guys in town, that the pants is right down, the underwear, the boxer, whatever you call, is exposed? What does that send? What message does that send for young people, young girls going to school? And this, what does it send? What message are we saying? What are we a lawless society, or because we see these things on television that we decide that it is okay? These are one of the areas that I'll be looking at it closely, because I find it's disrespect for a man to be walking in town. His pants to be low, his boxers. Actually, if you just pull out boxers, you know what you're saying. It cannot. And you tell him that he has the right to go to work, or attend work, or walk around the town to that?
Mayor Francis explained that although there should be some exceptions to the rules, he understands the rigidity of some other establishments who refuse to bend their rules even in the slightest.
I think you're stressing the civilness. The civilness is not because, if you have a dress, a proper dress, and it's a civilness, you understand? But the civilness we talk about, somebody comes with a little t-shirt. A t-shirt that you find basically not only the civilness, but it actually exposing everything. These are what they call civilness. They talk about, working clothes, but you're properly attired. There's a working clothes.
This is not the case in every establishment. This might be the case in the mayor's office, but then you go to the prime minister's office or even the church, and regardless, even though you dress respectfully, because your arms are out, they won't allow you to enter.
No, well, everywhere has every shop you go to, if the same item is the same cost.
No?
No, it's not. So therefore, every establishment has his code of conduct.
The mayor said it is unfortunate that persons are rallying against measures put in place to keep the civility of the nation. He said this is typical of St. Lucians to shout and support what is not good, yet stay quiet about what is right. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Meanwhile, Rochelle Gonzalez took to the streets to ask members of the public what they think of dress codes being implemented in many establishments around the city.
Right here in St. Lucia, yes, sunny St. Lucia, being sleeveless is deemed inappropriate. Well, at least to a few establishments. Example, the courthouse, the mayor's office, the prime minister's office, and you guessed it, the church. However, I'm taking to the streets right now to find out what you think about these dress codes.
At one time, we used to be a law-abiding society. Right now, we become a law-breaking society. And everywhere have its rules, regulation, laws, and respect. And I don't believe that women should dress the way that they want because they feel comfortable. I am telling you seriously. Even in my vehicle, sometimes women give me a trip and they have to ask me to turn my head for them to get on board because of the shot that they have. Now, I personally believe, that's my opinion, if a woman respecting themselves, they will not dress anyhow just because they're feeling comfortable.
You do realize you're calling for a firestorm, right?
I am prepared for it. I have enough water to stop it.
The clothing you wear communicates different things about you. So if someone sees you wearing something that is not right in the wrong place, then they'll think of you the wrong way.
I don't believe so, because God himself, God is an awesome God, and he doesn't look on the outward appearance, he looks on the heart.
I could understand why, but at the same time, I think there should be certain exceptions to the rule. That's what I think.
I honestly believe that is good. It's proper practice, and I think that even in the house of God, when you go to church, you have to know who it is that you're going to worship, so you need to cover your body appropriately. So I am in agreement with the government saying that you have to be properly covered when you come into the institutions.
Yeah, well, it's a principle of honesty, especially in church. This is a place that we should respect. I mean, it's different from the casino and all of these kind of things. Church is something different. You come to worship God, and people must not be drawn by your attention, by the way you look, you understand? So God is the center of it and not the dress.
I think that it's a good idea because you have to respect authority, you have to respect the Lord for one, so you cannot go for back out. So I think it actually, even if we live in a hot country, a hot climate, it's still actually good. I agree.
Well, you've just heard what they had to say. Some very strong opinions right there. Want a chance to have your say? Join us next time. For Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. Members of the opposition are crying foul over the manner in which information was relayed in regards to activities for St. Lucia's 40th independence anniversary. Leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, explained that a proper briefing of the events was not carried out with members of the opposition. Solange Alfred reports.
With the leader of the opposition absent at a number of the planned independence celebrations, reporters posed the question, asking was it a case of boycotting St. Lucia's national events. Leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, assured that no malice was intended with his absence. Rather, he claims, it was a lack of briefing on the part of the government that led to the lack of participation by members of the opposition in some events.
I would never, and I think one of you asked me that, well, I'll ask people to boycott independence celebrations. I'm not about that. Independence celebrations is not about the government. Independence celebrations is about the people of St. Lucia. I heard about the independence celebrations, like all of you, in fact, you knew more than me because you had interviews, and I got a set of invitations. That's all I got. And I went to what I figured I should have gone to. I went to the police military parade because I wanted to show my support for the members of the St. Lucia Police Force, who I know now are living under trying and difficult times, and I went to the rally.
He went on to tackle the hefty budget of Independence 40, saying that priorities of the current government are greatly skewed.
I know you can say you only 40 once. You only any age once. You never only any age twice. But these are the flashing mirrors. That's the bluff that we use in this country to hide facts. Fact is, what people are saying, it's not that the fireworks cost X and Y. People are talking about priorities. People are talking about the distress fund. People are talking about the fire victims at Rose Hill.
Pierre noted that his intentions are not to rain on the grand parade, rather to cast light on the many inconsistencies of the current government. He affirmed that national symbols and events of St. Lucia should be governed by sanctity.
And you must always have certain things that are sacred. And you cannot politicize everything. If you politicize everything, you're in problems. Certain things must be sacred. And national symbols, independence celebrations, these things must be sacred. These things must not be political.
Pierre stated that he will soon be delivering his independence address to the nation as the leader of the opposition. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. There's much more after the break.